you to 80. Oh, no, wait. I want that to stay 120. I want this to be... Oh, okay. So I already have it on the max. Interesting. I'm gonna lessen the timeout though from it being 2 minutes to down to a minute. I'm still so sorry that happened. I might turn that off. Oh, right, time. 1600 to 1800. Doot. Part of it is I'm already...
at Jafar Tavern right now. Let's go see him.
Part of it is I'm already a little bit paranoid. Because I've gotten 3 follows tonight. And I'm not used to getting any follows any night. Anytime I stream. So this is very weird. So that already leaves me like extra paranoid. I don't want like trolls coming in. You know?
I'll have something I haven't tried yet, boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm afraid you've already tried every type of liquor we serve.
Oh? Well then, just the bill, please. It's just as well, I suppose. I do have other matters to attend to.
Kaya, you're really here. Paimon half thought you were playing some sort of prank on us.
Hey, Paimon, traveler. Looks like the gods smile upon me after all. And come now, I wouldn't joke about wanting to see my good friends.
You say
Wait
so.
a second. You must be here on official business, right? What do you think you're doing spending every afternoon drinking at the tavern? You itching for a lecture from Jean?
Not at all. The acting Grand Master positively terrifies me. Why would I ever do anything that might displease her?
You? Terrified? I don't buy it.
The truth is, I'm in Sumeru to learn about the alcohol industry here. So despite how it might look, I'm actually at Jafar Tavern for strictly business purposes.
Why does his earring not move? Is it not rigged properly? That's weird.
Sumeru spices are famous the world over, and it's long been rumored that this fine establishment was where a certain very popular spiced cocktail was invented. That's why the Knights sent me, their foremost expert in alcoholic beverages, to come and see if it is as good as the rumors say.
And how did that go?
So far, so good. I'm already in talks with some spice merchants in Port Ormos about some potential collaboration.
It is the city of liquor, Mondstadt.
Yeah, that does sound like a great business opportunity. Guess Don Winery and Master D-Luke are gonna make a tidy sum from this one too, huh?
I wonder if because we're in Port Ormos, this quest will lead us to... So Mondstadt has a port, like an actual port. We haven't seen it because we haven't explored that section of Mondstadt yet. But the last event had Kazuha talking with Venti, and they were talking about the port specifically in-game. We've heard a few people talk about it, but that was the most recent actual voiced line where they referenced the port and how Venti doesn't get to go to it that often. And now here's Kaya at a port. Kaya likely took a boat from Mondstadt's port to Sumeru's port. Interesting.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Whether this lucrative opportunity gets passed along to Don Winery or not depends on how nice I'm feeling.
I wanted a picture of your eyeball!
Hey, using your job to settle personal grievances isn't very knightly, Captain.
I'm guessing you've been to Sumeru before.
Oh? What makes you say that?
You came to Sumeru all on your own, so you must be quite familiar with the place.
Very sharp of you. I wouldn't say I'm familiar, though. I just came here on the sly once, when I was very young.
Give me your eyeball.
Do I have to? When I said we could talk about the old times, digging up my past wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
You don't have to go into great detail.
Well, all right, since you're so interested. Like I said, I was very young then. Dawn Winery had only just taken me in. I overheard my adoptive father talk about sending a team of merchants to Sumeru during a business meeting. I'm sure you'll agree that everyone's curious about their roots on some level. And my roots? They're in Conria, which is said to have been located deep underground, somewhere near Sumeru.
Oh, we have a location for Conria revealed! We also have an in-game confirmation that Kaya is Conrian. Look at that. Look at that.
And so I stowed myself away amidst the cargo and silently joined the merchant delegation on their trip to Sumeru. But it wasn't long before the merchant delegation received news that I'd gone missing. Their leader promptly found me, and before I knew it, my adoptive father was dragging me back home by the ear. It was a short-lived adventure. Sorry I don't have a more thrilling story for you.
Speaking of Conria, how much do you know about it?
Honestly, not much. The only reason I knew that Conria was near Sumeru is because I happened to read that in a book when I was young.
Oh.
My life had less and less to do with Conria as I grew up, and so I started caring less as well. I used to believe that I had inherited some sort of duty from my father. But then I began to wonder. Maybe my father left me in the peaceful land of Mondstadt for no other reason than simply to give me a happier life.
So, okay, recap. Recap really quickly for context, because Kaya knows that we know this as Traveler, but as players, you might have forgotten. Conria was a giant cataclysm happened, and Conria helped to defend Sumeru and other nations, it sounds like, from abyss monsters with their gigantic mechanisms. From what we know of, it sounds like they were ordered to be destroyed by Celestia, by the heavens above. Conria was basically nuked to oblivion, and that's the heavens above is what caused the curse, so to speak. All refugees of Conria went to Shneznaya, which is the Cryo Nation. Kaya is from, technically, Shneznaya, but he is a refuge. He is a refugee. What's the other word? Just with an I. Immigrant from Conria to Shneznaya. He doesn't have Shneznaya blood in him, so to speak. And so his father, sending him from the tundra, the steppe, the frigid steppe of Shneznaya to Mondstadt, could have been, like he says, to have a happier life.
A happy life sounds good to me, of course, even if it means being cut off from certain things.
Now, again, Kaya has the same innate ability to work with the elements that the Abyss Mages and Hilichurls do. And even his character design hints at him being Conrian, because the fuzzball around him is the same kind of fuzzball that the Abyss Mages and the Hilichurls and stuff wear that are cryo adjacent. His color palette's the same. He has Conria motifs all over his body. It's there. It's there.
This is obviously all speculation. Simply put, I'm afraid that I'm not particularly in the know on this topic. These days, my surname, Alberic, is probably the only link to Conria that I have left.
Alberic. Okay. That's definitely... So Conria names are Proto-Norse and Norse in time period. And Konomiya was like Greek.
One death afternoon, please, boss.
One death after noon.
Tell me, what do you know about the significance of that name? Alberich.
I thought that we would have to wait for eons before Dainsleif and Kaya would communicate with each other. I thought it would never happen.
Dainsleif?
Ah, you've decided to join us. I was wondering how long you planned on listening in. I believe I've seen you before in Mondstadt. Dainsleif, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah! I'm making it a moment because I'm so excited. This is awesome. Ah! There we go. Create. Everyone, the moment has been created. Yay! I'm so excited.
So you remember me. Then we are already acquainted. Kaya Alberich, descendant of the Abyss Order's founder.
Oh.
Huh?
What?
I take it that you weren't aware of this until now, Kaya. Or you wouldn't have been so forthcoming with your surname.
Oh my. That's quite a lot of baggage for a surname, isn't it? Though I must say, it does confirm an old suspicion of mine. I suppose that was why my father left me in Mondstadt after all.
I'm surprised that you take me at my word without the faintest hint of skepticism.
Well, perhaps what you told me just happens to answer some questions I carry in my memories. And in any case, I recognize your eyes. You're a pure-blood Conrian, aren't you?
Very clever. Forgive me for being direct, but I sincerely hope this new knowledge doesn't change anything. If you've already let go of your ties to the past, then keep it that way.
Kaya, you're not involved with the Abyss Order in any way, are you?
Hey, hold on now. This conversation has taken a rather sudden turn for the deadly serious. And I'm afraid that as someone from Mondstadt, I'm not accustomed to this sort of atmosphere. So what if I know my ancestry? Do I strike you as the type who would be bound by that kind of thing? Relax. I'll be just as delighted to hunt down the Abyss Order tomorrow as I have always been. Either way, looks like we're out of time. I've got a spice merchant to meet in a minute, so I'll leave the three of you to carry on the conversation without me.
That was funny how he just suddenly stood up.
Well, alright then. You go do your thing, Kaya.
See you around. And Dainsleif, no need to listen in from the sidelines next time we meet. Let me buy you a drink.
You don't really trust him, do you, Dane? You're both from Conria, but you get on like oil and water.
The fact is, I still do not know him well. It would be meaningless for me to jump to conclusions. But can a person truly be unaffected by their ancestry? This remains to be seen.
So you said that Alberich founded the Abyss Order. I thought my sibling was the founder.
Well, I suspect that they call your sister their princess, precisely because there is a succession of sorts.
Oh, so if she was the founder, she'd be the queen, right?
So what do you plan to do here in Sumeru?
I mean to investigate the Loom of Fate. Do you remember that name?
Oh my god! They're hitting like all the really cool plot points that I've been wondering about for like months now!
Yeah, the Abyss Order's evil plan. We learned about that back in Mondstadt.
Not new. Not exactly. My memories suffer from erosion. But while I was recovering my health recently, I suddenly remembered something. Your sister. She mentioned the Loom of Fate back when we traveled together.
All the way back then? So that already was a thing several centuries ago.
Apparently so. I was also quite surprised when these memories tallied up. I recall that we were traveling to Sumeru when the matter was brought up.
So, you're going to the place that she mentioned back then?
Correct. At that time, they must have been introduced in one way or another to this concept. If I recall correctly, we were somewhere in Avidya Forest then.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Maybe we'll discover some secret that's lain hidden for hundreds of years!
No. Now is not the time.
Are you concerned about the Abyss Order?
No, it's just I'm still waiting for my drink.
Seriously?
Okay. Okay. If Conria was located underground near Sumeru, the chasm. Oh, Conria is like down here. So like, see this giant like this chunk right here from the Sea of Clouds, Lisha, the chasm, the valley, all the way down here to Watatsumi. This chunk is one, the missing Liyue chunk, because we don't have all of Liyue, just like we don't have all of Mondstadt unlocked. This probably will take us, or the chasm will take us to Conria, because the chasm deep underground has that. Oh my god, I just gotta go there and show you. I can't think of the words. Spire. It has that gigantic spire that was tossed down to reshape the land, and it was tossed down. So one thing says that it was tossed down by the primordial one. Another thing says it was tossed down by the heavenly principles, and another thing says that it was tossed down by Celestia, basically. So is the primordial one being controlled by Celestia? Because I assume the heavenly principles are being controlled by Celestia. So we go over here. This right here. This is a piece of Celestia. And my guess, because when we passed our the map maker for the chasm, she somehow found a way to get farther underground. And we went farther underground when we were there with Zhao during his event. So Conria could be underground here, because why else would one of their diggers be right here? It's called an excavator. It's there to dig up these things. Interesting. I am going to have to put a marker, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this whole section with Dainsleif, I'm going to make it a highlight so that we can come back to it later through stream. So we don't have to like go through YouTube and all the other crap. I'm going to make it a highlight. Like I made my Kingdom Hearts thing, like the whole 15-hour whatever thing it was, I made that a gigantic highlight. I'm going to make this a gigantic highlight as well. Interesting. I love that though. So we have Alberic. And we have Dainsleif. So that tells us that Dainsleif is a pureblood, which we of course knew because he dates from then. That does not tell us if Kaya is not a pureblood. But it does tell us that his eyes are a little bit different than Dainsleif's. So, but Kaya could also be wearing contacts, let's be real. In fact, Kaya's covered eyeball could be his pure-blooded eye.
Wait. This place, it's familiar.
Oh, look at his cape. It's gorgeous. Oh, man, I love you.
What about it? It looks pretty normal to Paimon. Was it like this hundreds of years ago too?
Yes. The forest has barely changed from how I remember it. There is very little human activity here after all. Let's search the area and see what we can find.
Is this a field? It must belong to whoever owns that house over there. But it looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. You could be forgiven for thinking nothing was ever grown here. Or, wait, maybe nothing ever was grown here. It's an extinguished bonfire. Forest rangers, perhaps? Looks like it's been ages since it was last lit. And clearly they put it out carefully to prevent a forest fire, too. That's responsible.
Nothing else stands out in this area. All that's left is that building. Come on.
Wait, we're just gonna go barging in? What if someone's home?
Unlikely. There are no signs of life in this area. We should be able to enter without incident.
If you say so. Well, you lead the way then, Dane.
Coward. Oh, this is so interesting. Ooh.
Huh. So there really isn't anyone home. Ugh, this place is so dusty. Paimon bets no one's lived here in years.
Investigate carefully. We mustn't miss a single detail.
This bed looks pretty ordinary. Huh. There's nothing underneath it either. What sort of person would want to live here? It's so dark and damp. Can't be all that comfortable.
Oh, look at this cape. It's gorgeous.
Hey, look! It's a bowl! Guess whoever used to live here liked to cook, huh?
Can't you smell it? There's a heavy scent of medicinal herbs in here.
Oh, so it's a medicine bowl? Seems you're right. You've got a good nose on you, Dane.
I wonder if it's the same kind of stuff that's for the people that do those the meditations to get closer to the Yggdrasil, or do they call it something else in this game? The World Tree.
There's a box over here. Why don't we open it? And by we, Paimon means you. Paimon's just scared that whatever's inside might bite her fingertips off.
You sure are going places with your paranoia.
Huh? This is a mirror. It's broken too. Was this a makeup box?
It's just a regular mirror. It's just broken.
That's kinda disappointing. Paimon was hoping we'd uncover some super big secret, especially after Dane talked this place up. Doesn't look like there's anything else worth our attention here. You sure we're in the right place, Dane?
My memories are quite foggy, but my subconscious and instincts both assert that something once happened here. But we'll exhaust ourselves if we search aimlessly. I hear noises outside. Let's go and check.
Noises? Is it?
It's not much. Just some minor adversaries.
When will this man be playable? I would love to know what kind of weapon they give him. I get a feeling he'll be a mix, kind of like I'll hate them.
Monsters? Wow, Dane's ears are sharp, just like his nose. He's in surprisingly good shape for a 500-year-old. Although for someone who's as full of surprises as Dane, it's hardly a big deal. Anyway, let's beat up these monsters!
Don't just make fun of him being 500 years old. That's rude. That's ageist, Paimon. Why are they all slimes?
I doubt that the appearance of those monsters was wholly random. There must be something nearby that attracted them. A ley line anomaly, perhaps. But it seems to be more than that. Okay. I'll go slightly further out to investigate any issues with the nearby ley lines. I might be a while. You should wait for me here.
What? You're going alone? You better not be trying to keep some secret from us.
Your suspicions are as banal as they are unwarranted. I merely think that this house should remain the focus of our investigation, and as such, someone ought to stay here and keep an eye on it. Not to mention that if even forest rangers are capable of investigating ley lines, I will be more than able to handle it alone.
Does he have, like, on his neck, is that like a new marking? that wasn't there before.
Fair enough. Guess we'll just camp out here then. Good thing there's a fireplace over there. Let's make ourselves something to eat. All this running around has made Paimon real hungry.
Ugh, Paimon. As I grab my little thing of chips that I grabbed. I mean, like the bonfire. I don't have a fire character with me. Who saw me? Oh, is that Boar? Bye.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna do this because if they give me a battle suddenly, I want to be able to be prepared. Sorry.
Your cooking is as good as ever. Even if there was no other reason, the food alone would be enough for Paimon to stick with you.
Well, free loading comes more naturally to you than most.
Changing the subject, Dane's taking forever. He said that there might be an issue with the nearby ley lines. How bad do you think it could be? We came together, but now it's back to just being the two of us again. You know, now that Paimon mentions it, we really have spent lots and lots of time together, haven't we? So, don't take this the wrong way or anything, but, do you ever get tired of Paimon being around?
You make my day every day, Paimon. Not really. You're better than nothing, I guess.
Oh, you stop it! Now you're embarrassing, Paimon. So, next question. Don't know if it's okay to ask this, but Paimon's curious. What was it like traveling with your sister?
We've been together all this time and you're just now asking this bullshit question. Oh my freaking god.
The stars?
We'd gaze at the stars, just like this. And we'd point at the planets we wanted to visit.
Wow.
We traveled through the universe, always by each other's side. We saw all manner of hope and despair. This is the first time we've ever been separated. If nothing else, I just want to know what happened.
Yeah. Paimon understands. Being separated without even knowing the reason why, it's just terrible.
So, from the traveler, main character, perspective, they came here. They saw a little bit of chaos. They saw the world like during Conria or leading up to Conria's destruction kind of thing. And then something made them fall unconscious. They were leaving. They were about to leave. They saw the world in chaos and they decided they wanted to leave. And when they went to leave, the Heavenly Order protocol, I'm just going to call it that because it's basically a computer, said that they couldn't because it would disrupt the world order and forbade us from leaving. And when we woke up, after being struck down and our sibling, our twin, was taken from us, we woke up and one of the first things we did was we fished Paimon out of the water where the Time God's island is nearby. So the only thing that like we're as players are kind of unsure on, because the main character is unsure of on, is they saw the world on fire, burning. So they saw Conria's destruction. They saw the cataclysm. That is like their strongest memory. And that because the world was on fire, the twins decided to leave. The question then becomes, if the twin is seen as part of this world and you are seen as not part of this world, the Heavenly Order was triggered because someone who is part of this world was trying to leave the world. Does that make sense? But the twin should not have been part of this world. Sister should not have been part of this world. Because she came from the stars, just like I did.
But we'll find the truth together. Sure as Paimon's your guide. Just you wait, Heavenly Principles. And you too, Teyvat.
Just you wait, Heavenly Principles.
You know what? We've talked too long about this sad stuff. Let's talk about something happy instead. Because if you're sad, Paimon will be too. All right. It's getting dark, so why don't you rest? Paimon will take first watch. Don't worry, no monster's gonna come and eat you up.
This is a first. You're not going to bed before me.
Oh, come on! Don't say that! Paimon just wants to look after you for once.
Now remember, when we were deep in the chasm with Xiao, and that weird domain space, deep under the chasm, Paimon couldn't function. And that could have been, one, because the abyss, and two, we could have been like right at Conria.
Nighty-night. Go on, shoo! Off to sleep!
What are you hiding? That's my instinct. What are you hiding? Memories of your sibling fill your mind as you fall soundly asleep. It's loading. What is it loading? Is it loading memories or just the next day?
Hey, time to wake up. The sun has risen. What a deep sleeper. You do know that we need to... Tear stains. You dreamed of your sibling last night, didn't you? All right. Rest here a bit longer then. I'll head into the forest to investigate.
Oh, he's so nice. How did I sleep till morning? Why didn't Paimon wake me up to switch shifts? Where is Paimon? I vaguely remember Dane coming over. Did Paimon go into the woods with him, seeing how I hadn't woken up yet? Whatever the case, it looks like it's just me here for now. Guess it's time to stretch my limbs and have a look around. Ladder? Wait, did that noise come from inside the house? Paimon, this isn't the time for hide and seek. No reply. I should go inside and check. That's an Aranara.
Halt! What do you think you're doing?
You startled me! Who the hell are you?
This place is not whatever you think it is. Nor should you be poking your nose into my business. Begone!
I'm looking at his robe. Very... I was gonna say like Fatui, but it's very Dainsleif. Like Conrian, like half Conrian. I wonder if he's a high-ranking Fontaine official.
Your travel companion? You mean the one that was keeping watch by your side last night?
Yeah, look at his chest. Look at his chest. The circle and then the stars coming off it. That is a Conrian motif. Which means he could be Fontaine. He's Conrian. Look at his eyeballs. He's a herald.
Your companion departed for the forest early this morning. That much I saw with my own eyes.
You were nearby last night?
What business is that of yours, hmm? All you need to know is that I claimed this place first, and what I do here is none of your concern.
You're the Abyss Order.
Do I make myself quite clear? Leave. Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't think I'll have much luck trying to find my companion in the woods. I think I'm better off waiting here for them to come back.
If you must, suit yourself.
Oh my god, he's so creepy.
I've been observing you, and you don't look like a forest ranger, nor someone from the academia.
So here's my question. If he's part of the Abyss Order, shouldn't he know that, like, I'm off limits? Princess has said that I am off limits.
Still, I'm warning you, no funny business. Promise me that, and you can do as you please.
I'm no villain, nor will I pretend to be a saint.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Just move aside. I'm heading in.
I was out here all night. I'm cold.
You... Oh, go on then. Have it your way. I knew I wasn't going to be able to hide this anyway. Just come in. But no overreacting to anything you see in here, okay? You understand me?
Relax, I've been around. It takes a lot to faze me.
Come on then.
Creeper. Pedo. Why do you keep a hilly churl at home?
Mind your own business. And don't worry, he isn't aggressive.
This is really creepy.
How could he be? He was too young for anything like that. So don't you lay a finger on him. Just find yourself a corner to rest if you're tired or cold.
You're from Conria, aren't you?
Huh? You know Conria? Who are you, exactly? And how do you know I'm from Conria?
I've met others from Conria. Your clothes and your eyeballs.
Do you worship a god, traveler?
I follow no god. In fact, I count some of them as my foes.
Sounds like you've had an eventful life. All right, well, my name is Ida, and you are correct. I was once Conrian. I apologize for my earlier hostility, but you must understand, as far as I'm concerned, humans who do not worship the Seven are nigh extinct, and all who place faith in the gods are my enemies.
Spoken like a true Conrian.
That may be. But the fact is that chances to talk to people like yourself have been few and far between since the cataclysm. This wretched curse of immortality. Who knows how long I must continue to suffer like this?
I thought Dainsleif was the only one who had the curse of immortality like that. What is the curse of immortality exactly? I take it that's how you survived.
The curse? It was a little gift given to the people of Conria by those vile gods. We lost our home, our loved ones, everything. The agony of the cataclysm itself was already too much to bear, but then came the curse, robbing us any chance of release. All we can do is watch helplessly as our souls erode in our bodies decay.
So Ide is just like Dainsleif, someone who bears the curse of immortality. So why did some people turn into hilichurls while you were affected by this curse instead?
Because, although Conria began with a single bloodline, it was a home to others too. Any who forsook their gods and came to Conria were welcomed as our fellow citizens.
Oh. So it wasn't that it was beyond the reach of the Seven, it just didn't believe in any gods at all.
When the cataclysm came, we pure-blood Conrians were declared the greater sinners. Upon us the gods placed the curse of immortality. But those whose ancestry belonged to the domains of other gods were punished with the curse of the wilderness as they fled, turning them into monsters.
So who is the hilichurl?
He is caribert, my illegitimate son. How times have changed. I can say that out loud with no consequence now, but it was once a matter of unspeakable shame. I was a noble of Conria. I resented the life that my family had arranged for me. Then, one day, I met a beautiful woman amongst the people. Her roots were in Mondstadt, but that mattered not to me. It was love at first sight. Caribert faced great hardship from the very moment of his birth. All due to my selfish desires, and I was never able to be there by his side for any of it. After all that, he turned into a hilichurl right before my very eyes. I always owed him much, and now at least I can finally be close to him.
What happened to his mother?
She was. We were separated. I do not wish to dwell on it.
I'm sorry. I know this must cause you great pain.
It could be worse. I suffer the pain of loss because I once had everything I could wish for. And now that I have lost almost everything, the little that remains I see with new clarity. If nothing else, at least I still have Caribert.
What do you plan to do?
Yes, that reminds me. I only returned here to check on Caribert, but I do have other things I wish to do. You may come with me, if you're so inclined.
This gives new meaning to how Venti sided with Conria. Not publicly to the gods, but this gives new meaning to how Venti sided with Conria and effectively Shnez-Naya and gave up his gnosis willingly, because he truly, excuse me, I have a hiccup, believes in the nation of freedom.
Anyone to become a wanderer.
And he believes in that more strongly than anyone. The predecessor, the wind god before him, it was not a nation of freedom. And so Venti believes freedom in all respects, whether you believe in a god of him or not.
I'm sure you're wondering why I brought Caribert here to Sumeru. Well, it's because he needs a medicine that can only be made here. One which will help him to recover his clarity of mind.
When we were in the chasm, Dainsleif said that the curse could not be undone. Is recovery possible?
I do not hope to break the curse. I am well aware of my powerlessness against the punishment of the gods. But it is said that this medicine is imbued with the power of Sumeru's god of wisdom and can awaken the mind from a state of deep stupor. It has been used in the past to treat cases of mania. I believe that it might just work. I read about it in a book. From the Royal Library of Conria. It was banned. I mean, since this medicine requires the power of the Seven to work.
How do you... Oh. I was just going to ask, how do you expect all 7 gods to agree with you? This is what Saritsa is doing. She is gathering, because it's not you need the 7, you need the power of the 7. And the power is the gnosis. If she gathers all of the gnosises together, it's not necessarily to challenge the heavens. She could use this medicine to spread across the entire world and give all of the Conria people, pure blood and half blood alike, and just nation folk who belong to like Mondstadt and stuff, can give all of them back their sense of clarity at once. This is Saritsa's plan. Well, one of them.
In my youth, I disliked the life of nobility and craved excitement. I was leafing through some forbidden text and happened upon it.
There must be a reason it was banned.
What other choice do I have? What exactly would you have me do? The gods have already punished us. What does one more sin matter now?
I understand. No matter what, you have to try.
Never mind. As long as you understand. I'm sorry. I struggle to take control of my mood sometimes. Perhaps a consequence of having lived too long.
So that's why he's like manic.
As it happens, I am in dire need of some help to make this medicine. My hands don't have the dexterity they once did. I fear they may be decaying from within. All thanks to this curse of immortality.
Interesting. From here, you can see one of the golems. You see the shoulder right there in the center.
Okay. To start with, take this ingredient.
I've never seen a mushroom of this kind before.
Also, do you have any of Sumeru's regional specialties on hand? I believe they're called Kalpalata lotuses and Sumeru roses.
I've got some.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, in that case, we have everything we need.
I guess if you haven't, they're right here, so you can just go grab some.
This is the method for making the medicine. You just need to follow the steps.
He sounds so genuine, but it also sounds like he could be evilly experimenting. Earth and water, wind and fire, craft for me what I desire.
Is it done? Oh, splendid. Let me see. In all honesty, I do not know what the end product is supposed to look like. The banned book didn't feature any illustrations. Well, the moment has finally arrived. Curses.
Excuse me?
No. We need to perform one final step to complete the medicine. I said before that this medicine relies on the power of the God of Wisdom for its restorative effects. Which means we must pay a visit to a statue of the Seven.
That can't be easy for someone from Conria. Since he needs the God of Wisdom power, should I get Nahida? He hates the gods. It could complicate things. I'll just do it
Let's
his
go.
way.
Bring the medicine with you.
Go to the statue of the Seven. Paimon and Dainsleif, wherever they are, have been gone for a really long time.
Look at this statue. How can I bow before this thing? God of Wisdom, look at me. I will utter no prayer, nor will I sing your praises. You and your kind destroyed my home, wrought unfathomable suffering on my compatriots, yet here I stand before you.
The reading of this line is really well done. It makes him sound very manic, like he said he can't control his mood.
You cannot mock me more than fate itself already has. God of Wisdom, I seek not to disavow myself of the sinful blood that flows through my veins. I wish only to beseech you to have pity upon a young and unfortunate soul, my son, Caribert. He was turned into a monster before he had the chance to witness anything beautiful in this world. This is no fate for a child. If everything the gods have done was in order to have the impious people of Conria bow their heads, then I bow to you now. I have given up all I ever stood for. All I ask is for a tiny miracle. For Caribert to see this world once more.
This reminds me why hilly churls wear masks and they avoid water and mirrors because they cannot stand to see the wretched creatures they have become. It would break their psyche.
Please, God, I beg of you.
I may not know the whole truth behind the cataclysm, but the people of Conria have truly suffered. Why could Conria and the Seven not coexist in peace?
I have made quite enough of a fool of myself for one day. Let's go.
Things will get better. Interesting. Very interesting.
Time to go.
But that's why that mirror was broken. Interesting. Very interesting.
Caribert?
The hilly churl seems almost lifeless. Its reactions to everything are incredibly weak.
Well, we've prepared the medicine. We might as well try it. Caribert, it's me. It's your father. Caribert. Caribert, please say something. I'm sorry I couldn't be at your side when you were born. And that I failed to reach you and Mama in time when you both were suffering. But I'm here now. Papa's been by your side all these years. I've never left you, not once. Are you still angry with me, Caribert? I know you're awake now. Do you not want to talk to me? I'm so sorry, Caribert. Forgive me. Please, say something, anything. Please. Please.
It didn't work.
Oh, gods above! What more do you want from me? You took everything from here, and I still bowed to you. I'd give you my very life if only you cared to take it. But you won't even let me die. I knew it. I should never have trusted anything that had to do with the gods. I was just deluding myself. The gods of this world have never stood with humanity, not even for a moment.
There might be other reasons it didn't work.
Other reasons?
Such as,
What do you mean?
I don't know, perhaps the dosage was too low, or maybe it takes a full course of treatment.
Huh. You really think so?
You have to exhaust all options, unless you're ready to give up on caribert.
Give up? No, never. And yes, you're right. I cannot let myself wallow in despair. Even if I must stay here with him for 50 years, 100, what difference does it make? I do not lack for time.
That's the spirit. To have infinite time, yet no hope, can only be called torture.
Let's go. We'll make another dose. The most crucial ingredient in this medicine is the unusual mushroom, which makes things complicated, but not impossible.
Where did you get the mushrooms from?
I grow them in that field.
Wait, in a field? Like a crop?
The details don't matter, right? Curb your curiosity and just do as I instruct. If you truly wish to help me, that is how you can do it. There is a waterfall near the statue I prayed at. I need you to collect some water from there around 2 in the afternoon. I'll be here watching Caribert. Once you're back, I will make some fertilizer for the mushrooms. Good. Then please head over when the time comes.
That's creepy. Not at all creepy. Especially because Paimon and Dainsleif both said looked like nothing had grown ever there. Creepy. I'm wondering if he's doing like a blood sacrifice of like birds or something and transmuting animals or something. It's not innocent. You can tell that much. You can tell that much that whatever it is, it's not innocent. Just kind of like by his laugh, which I don't want to be like he has a creepy laugh, but he has a creepy laugh. Why hasn't Dainsleif reappeared?
You're back. Caribert's condition is stable. By which I mean he still isn't responding. Anyway, give me the water. I need you to stand guard here for a while. Whatever you do, don't let any forest rangers approach the house. Understand? Ah, good. I'll be back soon. The fertilizer won't take but a moment to make.
Watering the field attracts the monsters. Interesting.
Time to go. The wind
And
knows.
specifically fungi
Cascade.
and slimes, both of which are highly mutated creatures. from the elements. Interesting.
Oh, what happened? Was it monsters? Oh, thank goodness you were here. I couldn't have taken them on all by myself. I'd have to hide and wait until they were gone. Oh, yes, I've got the fertilizer. The effects can take some time to kick in, so let's get on with it.
We're helping a man do an evil thing.
Next, we pick the mushrooms and repeat the same steps as before to make another dose. I trust you still remember the method.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if he's like poisoning this hilly churl. I would hope not. But like, is he? Where's that mushroom? Medicine's ready.
Oh, sorry. I just, after resting in this field for a while, my thoughts began to wander. I have been so very wary for many years. If only I could fall asleep here in this field and never wake up again.
But though the cursed desire denies you even this, you still have caribert.
I do indeed. That's why it was just a fleeting thought. Thank you for your help once again. And now, for the final step. Back to the Statue of the Seven.
I don't know, man. Kind of want like Dainsleif to interject and be like, "What are you doing to this poor individual?"
We're here. Let's begin. Wait a moment. Hey, what was that? Caribert?
He left the house?
Oh, no. He must have left while we were too busy preparing the medicine to notice. Come on! We have to catch up with him!
Where's he going? A Lamenter's at Fate's End. Interesting title. Hello? Weird, I can't climb it. What is this?
That's not Caribert.
There was no silk scarf around his arm.
Right. Caribert's scarf was a gift I once gave to his mother. I use it now as a marker of sorts. My eyes must be going. How could I not recognize my own son? This decrepit body of mine.
Still, this Herschel is something strange.
Yes. It doesn't seem interested in us in the least. It seems intent on walking in that direction. Where could it be going? Yes. The more we know about Hilly Churls, the better.
Creepy laugh. So creepy. Is this like a way to get to Conria?
Did it go in here? Well, let's head in.
Unknown Sanctuary. I don't think this area was part of the map when the Sumeru launched. I think this was added. I don't remember this. Because I would have found a weird tunnel with an ending like this, I feel like, after all my exploring that I did. Also, where's my Dainsleif boy?
What a ghastly place. Has it always existed? I swear I've never noticed it before.
That looks like a doorway to Enkonomiya style.
Huh. It looks like they're worshipping. Sometimes walking, sometimes kneeling in worship, and it appears to be in earnest.
This looks like a place of Enkonomiya. Look at the scribe on the...
I've never seen anything like this in all my life. What in the world does this place conceal?
Is it another...
Oh, there's only one way to find out.
Is there another missing statue of the Seven? So that's Conrian. But like this script right here, this is something that we see, yeah, Conrian, but the doorway shape is Enkonomiya style. Can you see this? These are, they're cup holders. So we've seen bow holders, like bow, like a tree branch bow holder. This is Enkonomiya architecture. Like the oldest version of Enkonomiya architecture, that's what this is. Look at the statues. And looks like they've had their heads torn off. Yeah, this is Enkonomiya architecture. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is Enkonomiya stuff. Let me see the map. I want to see where I am in relation to Enkonomiya. Music here is so flippin' creepy. Oh, hello, treasure chest. Until I didn't see you. That will open. Can I climb these? No. So these are cup holders bearing light. That is a different motif. The door glows. Was the door glowing before? Interesting. That's a different motif than the cup holders. There are, sorry, the bow holders. I believe there are cup holders in Enkonomiya. So we are underground in Enkonomiya, and again, we know that Enkonomiya communicated with Conria because we have written evidence of them talking about the envoys of Conria.
Is this a teleportation device? What energy is powering it?
Enkonomiya. Interesting. Okay. We cannot see them from down there. That's bullshit, camera angle. Oh, hello.
Wind Strider.
Show them. Right now. Ha! Yeah! Cha!
Oh, that's rude. But I have answers for that. So if you have not seen, I wonder if you'd be required to do Enkonomiya in order to see this. These are all Enkonomiya ruins. Is there a treasure chest in this room? Oh, right there. Any others? No, but I can't go back that way. There's a gate down. We're in a palace of some kind. But I don't remember... No, wait, that's not true. There is the fake sun. There's the false sun inside Enkonomiya. But it was turned off whenever we got there. We turned it on. That's new. Did you see that? There was like a diamond shape. Where are we? What weird... How is this... Are we in the Spiral Abyss? Is the base of Enkonomiya, this section, part of the Spiral Abyss? Because I was just in the Spiral Abyss earlier, and here we are. So like this architecture here is Conrian. You can also see by the motifs going around, not just the writing obviously, but by the motifs going around. But if you look at the architecture, so the motif that I'm standing on, I would say is Conrian. But that motif around the circle that's like these water droplet shapes, that is something unique to the Spiral Abyss. We haven't seen that really repeated anywhere else. I don't think it's in domains. And then the pillar that I'm standing next to and the pillars that are floating behind me, that little detail of the triangle of metal detail on the pillar there, that is something that's also reserved for Enkonomiya and kind of like the older ancient ruins in the desert. So we're in something like really old, back when all their architecture was the same. But I'm looking to see how this place is set up, and I'm wondering if we right now are basically at the base of the structure of the Spiral Abyss, because the Spiral Abyss is a tower that stretches into the heavens because it goes to the scar in the sky. But it also seems to be going down, so So we have bowl holders bearing light, giving us light. Oh, hello.
Into the wind.
Be still.
I think we're below this section of the palace that is the soul for the Three Realms Gateway. This place is also upside down, because look, there's another thing above me. Oh, I'm stuck. So how do I get to that treasure chest? This is very Enkonomiya. If you have not, I really wonder if they're going to make Enkonomiya required for story. Which will be interesting, because there are people out there who think Enkonomiya is optional and haven't done it. But this looks... If you remember what the building the soul is in, this looks like it.
How did I get on the ceiling? Did the room turn upside down? Or gravity itself?
There is no such thing as gravity here. Because then here...
It seems like I need to find a place to insert the rune.
Huh. Okay. But I'm still missing one more, so we gotta go back. I love, by the way, the MC having voice. That's so nice. This one open too? No. Because the MC character does not get a lot of voice lines, and I feel like they're the most looked over character, but they are still a character. What happens if I fill up on artifacts here? Or is it just they don't want me to access the map? Won't I fall through it? Oh, okay. Okay, let's take a look here. Yep, Enkonomiya. Looking. And we're back where we started with the door. Okay. Interesting. And the big door has opened. Okay. Abyss Order.
Halt, humans! Fate has not granted you the right to enter this place.
An Abyss Herald? No, he doesn't look like someone from the Abyss Order.
Do you insist on an audience? Very well. Then I grant you the trial of destiny.
His voice is really soft. It's not just you, it's everything. His voice is really soft.
Right here. Emerge.
Fortune
Right
Lector.
here.
Secret Keeper of Fate's End. Does that mean the loom is here?
A sight to behold. Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
Fallen leaves adorn my.
There's no way they would give us the loom right here. That's bullshit.
That's far enough.
There's no freaking way that they would show us the loom here.
Come on out.
Not on
Right
your
now.
life.
Be still.
Because the loom is supposed to be on the moon. It's also the final chapter of the Traveler's story.
Emerge.
Like, no. No.
Who was that? He was
Terrified?
He was a perfect being. I'm in awe.
Yeah.
He had the most wondrous aura, a perilous yet beautiful power. Oh, truly mesmerizing. And yet, you were able to defeat him. Oh, your strength is greater than I had imagined.
You have unconventional tastes.
Let's continue on. I find myself growing more curious by the second and more excited.
Anyone else notice that he's forgotten entirely about his son? This looks like, so this mist that's coming out, this looks like a ley line disturbance. Is that a bow holder? No, it's another bowl holder. Okay. Just checking for treasure chests really quick. If you had not been to Enkunomiya, assuming that's not required for this would look really terrifying to you. Yes, phone, I hear you. I'm busy. Another door. Okay, I just want to see if there's anything interesting around. This also shows that, like, these mechanisms are really old. Are you opening? Oh, that's not good. That's it. Chains! We see chains! This is not good.
I think we've made it to the end.
What is that thing? Wrapped in chains, hanging. Sorry, I turned my volume up so I could hear. Hanging in midair, emanating a sinister aura. There's no mistaking it. It's just like the defiled statue. He's talking about the statue of the seven that was also in black chains, held upside down. That was the stolen statue of the seven of Venti's statue. I don't remember the architecture around it. I remember being unique architecture. I'd have to look back at cutscenes to see screen caps and stuff. This, though, is clearly Enkunomiya architecture. And it's a diamond crystal. It's very perfect in shape. Oh, look, they brought us right to it. Okay, so see the architecture around it looks very different. So it does have something to do with the Abyss Order, and these worshipping hilichurls remind me too much of the Grand Thief. That was a Liyue architecture. Ide, this place is bad news, and we've got to go. Ide?
Oh, dear creature, why do you bow down? For fear of the unknown, or for a power that you covet?
Whose voice is that? It must seem coming from inside my head. Can't Ide hear it?
Oh, dear creature, why do you bow down? For
Conrian. It's a Conrian person.
You are like a flower, born in sin, yet pure, spotless. I know your fate well. You need no longer hold back your resentment, nor accept the countless lies. Go forth, become a transcendent one. Rise beyond the fate bestowed upon you. And I shall shed a tear at the end of time, as I gaze back upon your life.
Who in the world are you? And what do these words mean? The voice is gone. I'd?
What just happened?
He's gonna turn into a herald.
When I saw that thing, my heart was instantly at peace. I was overcome by a sense of awe or joy, perhaps.
Are you all right now?
I am. I feel good. In fact, I feel better than I did before I came in here. How peculiar.
Something's not right about this place, and we need to get out of here.
Oh, is that so? All right. As you wish.
A new thread of the story is here. Whatever this evil power is that says it's not a god could be why Celestia didn't like Conria finally and destroyed it. After Conria existed in peace with Celestia for thousands of years. Remember, Conria is a really old nation. It's like 8,000 years old or something. It's older than Liyue.
Caribert! Oh, thank goodness! He's still okay.
I'm waiting for, there we go, the graphics to load. Don't we still need to go to the Statue of the Seven?
I have a strange feeling that what just happened was meant to be. For this to happen, right at the moment when I was dreading worshipping at a statue of the Seven, it's as if fate was calling to me. You say that I bowed before that thing, so perhaps it might be just as effective.
That sounds like a ridiculous idea, but all right.
I have to try. No matter what, you said it yourself. I have to exhaust all options.
Yeah, but you said it had to be the power of the Seven.
Caribert?
Oh my god.
Papa?
Caribert! Oh, my goodness, it worked! It's a miracle! Oh, Caribert, my dear son!
I can't believe it.
You see? It worked! Caribert can speak again!
Where's Mama?
Mama is... Caribert, look at me. Do you know who I am?
Of course. Your Papa.
Yes! Salvation! Sweet salvation! Yes! This is what this feeling is. How do you feel, Caribert? Are you fully awake now?
Yes. It feels like I just woke up from a long, long sleep. I dreamed that I was hiding in a little room. I didn't dare go out the whole time, and I didn't want to either. Wait. My body! What happened to me? Is this me? Papa? What's happened to me?
don't panic, son. It's just... While you were sleeping, we went into a fairy tale world. There's no more Conria here. No more home. But, do you know what that means? No more red sky. No more end of the world. In this world, you have to be a little monster, but you get to stay with Papa forever.
Am I dead?
No, of course not. Look, Caribert, you still have Mama's scarf on your arm. That means she's watching over you, protecting you. So how could you be dead?
Really?
Yes, really. You've only just woken up, and this must all be very confusing for you. Just rest here for now. Things will get better. Oh, and you have to promise me something. Never take off your mask. Understand? Whatever happens, you mustn't take it off.
Okay, Papa. I won't. I promise.
I wonder if underneath the mask is like a human face? Because that would look really, really terrifying to be like a human face on top of a monster.
Since that day have I been so glad as I am now. I can't believe this is really happening. I knew that placing my hope in the Seven was a waste of time. I even worshipped at one of their statues like a common fool. Never before have I humiliated myself like that.
Yeah, but you still bowed your head to basically a god.
Once a murderer, always a murderer. I was naive to think that the gods who conspired against us would ever offer redemption. But the god we saw in that cave, now that was a truly mighty god. Nothing like one of the Seven. That wondrous power, it was truly enchanting. Surely that must have been the reason I bowed down. Now then, after one besieges a god, and the god responds by answering their prayers, should they, do something to show their devotion? Piety is hardly my area of expertise. But surely I should honor the god that has honored my wishes.
But that was not a god. That was a sinner.
A sinner? Oh, don't be absurd. You don't know a single thing about him. How dare you utter such blasphemy? You and I have both witnessed his divine power. When has the Seven worked a miracle like this before? Never! He is a god, mightier than they, and yet you would call him a sinner. Oh, preposterous!
So, I thought this a long time ago, and the thought is returning to my head now. The Battle Pass story is a story of a girl, an heir to a throne. It's called a girl because that's what the Battle Pass shows, is a girl. And she goes to find a crown or something. And upon finding it, she becomes deceived and thinks that she is like the rightful heir or whatever. And casts aside the devotion to bring back the power. Is the Battle Pass lore talking about this sinner?
No matter. Believe what you will. You cannot shake my faith.
So against gods, and yet so easily turned.
I am going to pay my respects with or without you.
You're gonna leave your son? Ai's experience has deeply affected him. Not that he was particularly stable to begin with, but this religious fervor is something else. I guess I'd better catch up with him anyway. There are monsters everywhere, and I can't stand by and let him fall into their hands. What about caribert? No one's gonna stand and watch over the child? Negligence! still can't open my goddamn map. It's so annoying. I don't think this was here before. I think this cave. This is in the opposite direction. Wasn't the cave like that way? Oh, I don't remember. I'll have to check on my alt account. I have so many questions. This is a really good story chapter. It started off really good. I'm sad that we don't have Dainsleif for it. Feels like a lot of chapters that feature Dainsleif don't feature Dainsleif, but really interesting. I find it interesting that these are light bearers. The bowl holders are light bearers, but they're not the same as
Wind Strider.
Cascade.
the bow holders that were in Enkonomiya.
Nothing lasts forever.
Would love to see Albedo's impression of this. Portended fate. What does portend mean? Does that mean like fake or assumed? It's not. Look it up. Define. Portend. A warning that something momentous or calamitous is likely to happen. So it means monumentous in the sense of it being a calamity.
No. Impossible. What happened?
It's gone. But it was right here.
The Hilichurl worshippers have disappeared too. Was it all an illusion?
That seems unlikely. We couldn't both have seen the exact same illusion.
That's true. Yes, it can't have been an illusion. I still feel that awesome and wondrous power flowing through my mind and body. It was neither illusion nor coincidence, and certainly no dream. It was a wonder. Yes, a divine wonder. Let's go, traveler. There is surely a reason for its disappearance, and I do believe that someday in the future, we shall see it again.
You're turning into a zealot.
Could he really have been a sinner and not a god?
I bet Caribert took off his mask while we weren't here. Children would do that. I like how this is very contained and linear. Ugh.
Caribert? Where has he gone?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, no, no. Maybe someone else came by and found him? No, it can't have been that. There's no sign of a break-in and no sign of anyone having been here.
Maybe he ran off, but
This
why?
does not bode well. What if he's spotted by a forest ranger or an adventurer in his current state?
We have to find him first.
Wait a minute. This isn't how we left it. Oh no. Did he... The mirror, it's broken!
Huh? But hasn't the mirror been broken this whole time? What does the broken mirror mean?
He must have taken his mask off and seen what he looks like beneath it. If he'd just done as he was told! We have to find him.
Oh! Oh! It's the ley line. Do you remember? Okay, wait. Do you remember the event long time ago where like we saw Luke in his past form in his knightly outfit with like the red chains and crap like that? It was the ley lines showing evidences of the past. It's like that, and the same thing happened with Raiden A when we were walking around Inazuma, and the ley lines were having disturbances and showing us past of people who are going to die and things like that. It's exactly like that. We are in a ley line disturbance. Why Paimon and Daneslave aren't here is because they're trying to solve the ley line disturbance while we are in it. We are currently in it. And as we return to reality where the mirror is broken instead of intact, it's starting to fade away. So this has already happened in its ley line disturbance, I think. So this guy in the past has already stumbled upon, on his own, he has stumbled upon that statue and been blessed by it, of that god. Which is why the god does not speak to us, because this is a ley line disturbance. We are the aberration of the disturbance. Interesting.
It's his scarf. He dropped it. Looks like we're going the right way. Come on.
Placed kind of neatly. Looks like he took it off.
Caribert! Caribert! Where are you?
Is that Kaya?
Curses! Forest rangers.
Hey! Who are you? We haven't seen you around here before. What's your business here?
Have you seen a hilly churl? A hilly churl should have come past this way. Have you seen it?
I asked you first. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be.
I said, have you seen a hilly churl?
Hey, whoa. Look, sir, there's no need to get so worked up. There are hilly churls everywhere. What's the big deal? We see plenty of them out here.
Exactly. Matter of fact, we just took out a few of them back there. Those dumb boneheads.
You forest ranger scum! You spawn of the seven are all the same. I'll have your heads if you so much as laid a finger on Caribert.
You're raving mad! You've got some gall coming here to our nation insulting the forest rangers!
Curse you all, forest rangers.
Stop it.
I don't get it. Why make such a huge fuss over a few hilly churls? Makes no sense.
Oh, that's right. Regular people don't know that hilly churls are Conrian civilians.
He'd only just regained his mind. How could you do this to him? So tell me, forest rangers, did you really spare none of them? Did you really take out every last hilly churl you saw?
Jeez, you're really not gonna let this go. Fine, you weirdo. If you must know, I happened to cross paths with a solitary hilly churl when I left the team to, use the toilet. I was frightened at first, but it didn't seem to have any interest in me at all. It was just bumbling along in that direction, so I left it alone.
Yes! Wonderful! Wonderful! Let's go! We have to find him!
Bye-bye.
Wait, you're leaving? Not even a thanks for the info, goodbye?
I said bye. Caribert!
Time to go.
Caribert!
Caribert!
We found you.
Caribert, stop! It's me! It's Papa! Whatever you saw, it was all a trick. An illusion. I told you, we're in a fairy tale world now. Nothing here is real. Please, Caribert, come back. It's time to go back. Caribert?
He's not responding.
How could this happen? He regained his mind. He must be able to hear me. Surely. Come, Caribert. We have to go home now. Papa's here to take you home, all right?
Hold on. Something's not right with him. What has that strange power done to him?
Papa?
Caribert,
Papa, I can't take it.
please, Caribert. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. If only I'd known.
It's all too much. Papa?
Did he just take off his mask and become like uber buff? What happened? He's using the black power. Oh.
I see. I understand now. Finally, it all makes sense.
What happened? Did I faint? I remember Caribert taking off his mask.
Ah, traveler, you're awake. Finally, we can rejoice together. Wait, no. Why am I still calling you traveler? Oh, I have known your true identity for some time now.
What do you mean by true identity?
I suspected it was you from the beginning. I had to talk to you to be sure.
But I've never met you.
Oh, of course you haven't. With your status, you can hardly be expected to know all of us. In any case, I've been using a fake name this entire time. Ida is the name of a servant I once had. My real name is Clotar. Clotar Alberic.
Alberic?
You saw it too, didn't you? Unmistakable, the power inside Caribert and the power of the one you call a sinner. It was one and the same. Yeah. I am positive now. It's the power of the abyss, isn't it? Oh, at long last, I have seen it with my own eyes.
What happened to caribert?
That is no business of yours. A sinner. Yes. Salvation for a sinner can only come from a sinner. Caribert did not deserve his fate, but now it's wonderful. He will be able to weave his own destiny anew. Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the loom of fate.
There's that term again. The loom of fate. You're right about this being from the abyss, but the abyss is sinister and dangerous.
Sinister? Dangerous? Oh, I never imagined that you, of all people, would deny the abyss. How ridiculous! We once believed that you would bring new strength and hope to Conria. To us, you were the abyss. A wondrous mystery far beyond our imagination and comprehension. And the one who controls the abyss can control everything. We yearned for that future. We looked to you to take us there.
Uno mas. was interesting. I pulled up my phone to look up his name, Clothar, on Greek mysteries, Greek mythology. At the same time, my mom woke up and came in because our phones don't have a cell phone network right now for some reason. So that's fun. I can only call 911 right now. Yay! Phones are broken. The closest that we can figure out is that the towers might be down because obviously it's not the power, right? Because I still have internet and lights are on around me and stuff, so it's not that. Anyways, so Clotho, like cloth, is the youngest of the three fates, or the Morai, who spins the thread of human life. They're the ones who take care of the loom of fate. The other two are Lactes and Atropos. Clotho made major decisions, such as when a person was born, thus affecting controlling people's lives. This power enabled her not only to choose who was born, but also decide when gods and mortals were to be saved or put to death. As one of the three fates, her impact on Greek mythology was significant. Clotho, along with her sister and Hermes, was given credit for creating the alphabet for their people. Even though Clotho and her sisters were worshipped as goddesses, the representations of faith is more central to their role in mythology. Thread represented human life, and her decisions represented the fate of all people in society. So it's interesting that he creates Alberic, creates the Abyss Order, which is this guy's name. His name is Clothar Alberic. But it's also interesting because the pronunciation of his name, Clothar, is very similar to Clotho, which is the Greek name for one of the ladies of the looms of fate. He also just directly referenced caribert being a loom of fate. So it could be conceivably possible that the loom of fate itself is from outside of the world of Teyvat. That's what the abyss is outside the world of Teyvat. I don't know. But interesting. Where was I? We yearned for that future. We looked to you to take us there.
But what did you bring us instead? Oh, Princess of Conria?
Why did he just call me?
That's trippy.
Traveler! Hey, Traveler! Traveler!
Interesting. Were the twins a soul that was divided in half? No, I still think it's the ley line. I think we're seeing a ley line disruption. And we're seeing our sister experience the Abyss Order being founded. I think is what's happened. When we traveled here with Daneslave. Interesting. Very creative way to show a ley line disorder.
You're awake! Oh, thank goodness you're awake. Paimon was worried sick! Traveler? Traveler?
What happened while you were unconscious? I checked the ley lines nearby. It appears that the Abyss tampered with them, and they've been in turmoil ever since. Information and memories flow within the ley lines. What did you witness?
The founder of the Abyss Order, Alberic.
You mean Clotar Alberic? After founding the Abyss Order, his faith in the Abyss led him to do a great many things. But the curse of immortality continued to torment his body and mind. And in the end, neither his faith nor the Abyss he worshipped could save him. After 100 years, he lost his mind completely and was never seen again. Yet his dark legacy lived on. The defiled statue that we encountered previously was just one perverse product of his use of abyssal power during his life.
And despite that, my sister ultimately sided with him.
You could say that. She wouldn't be the Abyss Order's princess otherwise.
Are you alright? You have a troubled look on your face. What happened?
I have a story to tell you.
So you saw her memories from centuries ago, through your own eyes. It all but defies belief. Still, as I'd suspected, the notion of the Loom of Fate did indeed rear its head during that time, and it seems closely connected to Clotar Alberic's son, Caribert, and what happened to him. And yet your sister never breathed a word of this incident to me. I wonder, was that the moment that she decided to go down this path?
I also wish I could know what she thought about all this. But one thing is clear, this was not a happy memory.
Indeed. Clearly, this series of events sparked a long period of deep contemplation. This was where it all began.
Oh, I almost forgot.
What is it?
I need to know what lies buried in this field.
A field? What does that have to do with anything?
You mean here? Well, let's start digging and see.
You scared the Duke out of Paimon! Did you rebury them yet?
We're done. You can open your eyes now.
A male and female skeleton, buried together. Interestingly, the male skeleton appears to have been interred much later, and it's holding a silk scarf in its hand. But what does this mean? And how did you know that there were bodies buried here?
I think that they're the bones of the man that belonged to Alberic.
What? That's impossible. Unless Clotar Alberic finally found a way to rid himself of the curse. This all raises far too many questions. I need time to think, and to search my memories for some missing pieces. We should part ways here.
Oh!
Huh? You're just gonna leave? Why? You could come with us, you know.
It's better that we split up for now. I think that he might have seen you.
Who's he?
The voice that I heard inside my head?
Yes. I have my suspicions as to his identity, but I need to confirm some other details before I can be sure. If the time is right, I will tell you when we next meet.
But what do you mean that he saw the traveler? How is that possible?
It was all a memory. It happened 100 years in the past.
I fear that while these things would limit anyone else, they are no obstacle to him.
What? Why? What is he?
A sinner.
All right, let's leave it there. Get some rest. Goodbye.
There goes Dane. And just like that, it's back to being the two of us again, huh?
Oh, Paimon. One more thing.
What is it?
I missed you.
Huh?
Aw, hug. Nothing's updated. This just goes to the Anima Archon. When will they update Traveler's story? Swear to God. Was he just bugged? My Traveler is bugged again. He's showing Electro and Dendro at the same time. Maybe he's always shown all elements. I don't know. Seems weird. All right. Star-crossed tonight. Recall memories related to your kin. The sickness unto near death. Create the medicine that will bring hope. The far side of fate. Witness the miracle granted by the sinner. And caribert. Well, that tells us that the end of the story is going to involve caribert and the Abyss Order, which is interesting. That also changes people's theories about the moon holding the loom of fate as like a literal loom that spins threads of fate. But I don't think that's wrong. There's too much evidence in game for that to be correct. If anything, it could be that the Abyss Order, Alberic, is creating his own loom of fate. He is creating a loom of fate that is separate from the Seven, from Tevat, which is interesting. Interesting. So I'm trying to think now, what could be a reason for the twin, the sister, whoever, to be seen as
and I know just the tune to accompany them.
Part of Tevat is, okay, let's say that yes, they are part of Tevat. They are actually Conrian descent, right? Let's say that that's the case. Their eyes don't match, if that was the case, right? Like their eyes are wrong. Sorry. My mom is dealing with the stress. Wasn't this that cave where that girl that meditated came to? And like it ended right here. There was nothing past this. This is the starter cave. Yes, cat, I see you. Yeah, this is the starter cave. This is how I took my alt and walked into Sumeru. Yes, cat. Yes, cat. Because that just leads to the chasm. I swallowed saliva when I breathed in. Come here, frog. It ran away because I'm too busy coughing. There it is. It's gone. It's over here and it's gone now. But that house... so short. The house is up here. If it's even still here. Wasn't this like an Aranara farm? Well, if you're gonna give me a dendro.
Wind Strider.
Eremites are here.
Looking for trouble?
The wind knows me.
Be still.
I can open the door. Wait a second. That doesn't make sense. No. The game's timeline doesn't make sense now. We arrived, we adventured, we saw the cataclysm, and then we decided no and went to leave. And when we left is when we were separated. No, I guess that's right. Because my sister woke up or somehow got freed of the Heavenly Order. Okay, so here's the theory. Either the twins are one soul, and it was split in half, which would not surprise me with how this story goes. Unlikely, but pretty boring. in terms of writing concepts, or the Heavenly Order. We saw something with Conria's cataclysm. The twin, myself and my sister, we saw something in terms of the cataclysm that triggered Celestia, the Heavenly Order, to activate and stop our return. And the only thing for that is if the Heavenly Order deems us
I have to stifle a
as
smile every time
part
I
of
remember
the
the look
world
on my
in
retainers'
attempting
faces
to
when I
leave
informed
said
them of my
world.
plans today.
Because
Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in
because if we
opposition.
are part of this world and we're trying to leave, that goes
Yes,
against the Heavenly
this was
Order,
a
right? Like
fine
that
idea.
tracks, that makes sense. But that would have to mean that we're not
It's not
twins
fresh out
and
of the
one of us belongs to this world. It could be that something happened when we first were here and watching the cataclysm happen. That was weird. And Celestia or someone rewrote, let's say the computer code that would cause the Heavenly Order to activate. And the Heavenly Order activated because according to the memories of Yggdrasil,
Everything's
it
in place
thinks
and
that we belong, my twin or someone belongs in this world. And that can only happen if the code was rewritten and the Heavenly Order, the Yggdrasil tree itself, was messed with. That's my current thought. It doesn't sound strong. But if we look at it as a computer program, which is entirely what Yggdrasil looks like, it is possible. Because even Nihida commented that the Celestia, the eyes of Celestia, don't see everything. And how would it look if she were to destroy a Gnosis, which feeds directly into Celestia's energy power? If a Gnosis were to suddenly be destroyed, the Heavenly Orders would activate and come over to see what the hell is going on. And upon doing that, would cause problems for
Cascade.
Saritsa. I think this is done. I was gonna switch controllers, and I just thought I don't really need to switch controllers. I need to switch parties. Yeah. Well, here we are at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not tired. Kind of like I guessed would happen. And my body keeps going between warm and cold, so yay! Yeah, because if this was active, shouldn't I be able to play a song with it? Oh, let me put the instrument on my back. This is done. Because it's not letting me